Welcome of analyzing the synthetic indices market. So for a while now, CRASH1000 index has been on a bearish move. In fact, for a very, very long time. It is safe to say that since the creation of CRASH1000 index, it has been on a very, very massive bearish move. You see that the bullish move that occurred just took a couple of weeks, and then ever since then, CRASH1000 index has been on a bearish move, and currently it hasn't changed direction. It hasn't changed direction to a bullish one. Right now, you can see that CRASH1000 is on a bearish move, that is on this time frame, which is on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that initially we were in a range. And I was initially looking at this commodity, hoping that CRASH1000 would break out of this range and break through this other block. Break through this other block, because that was the last bullish candle. The last bullish candle that caused the break of structure, caused the break of structure to the downside. And my initial hopes were that I'll be looking at CRASH1000 break through this range, particular range, and then break this other block. Once I see that this other block has been broken to the upside, then I'll be confirming that, okay, CRASH1000 will be going long for a while. Either going long from this zone to this point, or anywhere around this region thereabout, either this place, this, or this. But as you can see, which is obvious on my screen right now, we had a massive bearish move to the downside. Can you see this bearish move? Can you see this bearish move? This is a very, very massive imbalance that broke this consolidation. Grabbed a lot of liquidity down here. Grabbed a lot of liquidity down here. Can you see? A lot of liquidity down here, the downside. And right now, what is happening right now is that price is just mitigating. CRASH1000 is mitigating to this other block. Because right now, I am still speculating that CRASH1000 will be continuing its bearish move. So as you can see, the range has been broken to the downside by this long imbalance, in the market, this imbalance in the market, leaving behind another block, and also an area of inefficiency for price to feed. Now, this bullish move we are seeing right now, just to come back to this other block to continue short, because looking at this on the H4 time frame, this has been 4-hour time frame. This, once price gets into this place, this zone, and further confirmations for a short are seen, then the bearish confirmation or the bearish move is going to continue. So this is just, let's see, this is just a range, an accumulation for a bearish continuation. Because as you can see, these lows have been taken out, liquidity has been cleared here. Coming back to the zone, we'll be looking at price selling to the downside. So if you are looking at CRASH1000, or if you are looking to take any trade of CRASH1000, if you are not a scalper, because scalpers can stay up on this move and capping like 2 to 3 candles and get out of the market. But if you're not a scalper, you want to wait for price to get back to this zone, this other block. Let's go down to this 4 hours, something like this. Yes, 4 hours. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's see all this candle. Let's see the accumulation of this candle, what it amounts to. So, okay, I think it is just a week. It is just a week at this region. But let's go down to the 1 hour time frame and see. But we're seeing a more clearer. Okay. I think this is a more clearer reason. Enter the market. This is more clearer reason to enter the market. So I'm looking at CRASH1000 index, buy into the zone. Buy into the zone before going short. So if you're not a scalper, you want to wait for price to get to the zone, and then you look at taking a short to the downside. And you're just risking, let's say, you place your entry somewhere around. If you want to go aggressive on this, now, if you want to go aggressive on this, let me show you an area. Okay, you want to go aggressive on this, you can place your entry from this zone. Okay, you can place your entry from this zone, because if you look at this from the 1 hour time frame, this is the last bullish candle, sorry, that caused a break of structure. So you can place your entry from this zone, and then put your stop loss at this zone, and then put your stop loss. Let me just clear the stones so that you see, and then put your stop loss just above the zone. You see, just above the zone. That is if you want to go conservative. And in you going conservatively, going into the market conservatively, you want to use a very, very small upside. Understand? So you can use a wider stop loss. Now let's measure this stop loss on the 1 hour time frame, which is about almost 70 pips stop loss. Now you entering this market with about 0.2 or whatever lot size that your account can carry as a small lot size. Then you just be risking 70 pips. That is, if you want to enter from this zone, and you want to go conservatively. But if you want to go in from this zone, this particular order block, aggressively, then you want to just put your stop loss just a little bit above it, and then you can use a much more moderate stop lot size, as you're risking about 20 pips thereabout. A much more moderate lot size, that'll be you risking about 20 pips thereabout. But if you want to enter from this zone, particular zone, because every time they see price buys back into the zone, using Fibonacci 2, let me show some people. Using Fibonacci 2, price might want to mitigate back into this fail safe, that is the 88.6 level. But this fail safe is the 88% level, and it's one of the levels I mostly take my trades from. So price can get to this zone, this other block here, do a small reversal, and then come back to this fail safe. But if it doesn't, then I'll be entering from other structural moves, structural formation, that is bearish formation. In the advent that price gets into the zone, this fail safe, then I'll be entering from this fail safe and then placing my stop loss, put my entry at this zone, this entry, just below the candle, and then place my stop loss just above the candle. And then that'll be me just risking about 15 pips thereabout, 14-15 pips thereabout in the market. So my speculation for CRASH1000 index is that price should go bullish for a while and then drop bearish. Go bullish for a while and then drop bearish. So that's that about CRASH1000 index. I might not be doing other analysis for other commodities. Let me see. Let me just look at CRASH500. CRASH500. I gave a speculation on the VIP groups a couple of days ago. I'll be looking at CRASH500 sell into the zone. And as you can see, it actually followed suit, dropped into the zone, came back, went bullish for a while, came back down. And right now, we might be seeing CRASH500 index just form a double bottom here. Form a double bottom lining up with this other block. And then continue bullish to the upside. So that's about CRASH500 index. Boom, 1000 index. I won't be taking any trades at the moment because it is still ranging. It is still in the range. I'm not a scalper, so I don't take trades when prices or when commodities are ranging. So boom, 1000 index is still ranging right now. Although if you go down to the lower time frame, I want to be looking out for scalps, and then the scalps might want to be in the bearish direction. You can see in the bearish direction, because looking at this, you're gonna see that this is another block at a resistance that price has respected. You can see it's a resistance. It's a resistance level that price has respected, and this other block has been mitigated into a price is dropping to the downside. So might be seeing a short into the zone. I'm seeing a short into the zone if I scalper, but I don't really scalp, so I won't be looking out for entries. I'll be seeing a short into the zone, and the price does whatever it wants to do, either continues bullish, because My overall bias for this is a bullish move, because if you look at this, you're going to see a trend line liquidity, trend line liquidity, trend line liquidity, and there's an unmitigated order block right above the zone. The price might want to come back to mitigate. So my bias for 1,000 is still bullish, but all things being equal, I'll be waiting for a more sure confirmation by price breaking this overall range. So that's that about 1,000 index. Let me just see. Okay, VIX10. Let me see. VIX10 is bearish at the moment. We're seeing VIX10 drop from this other block. Let's see this other block. This other block here. Drop from this other block. That's going to form the double top, drop down, and then I'm seeing it coming down into this zone. Let me see. I missed this entry, so I'm looking out for the buys instead of just hopping in for this. When we see VIX10 drop into the zone before we head on either to the upside or look out for any other thing possibly. And there's liquidity below here, so looking at price coming to mitigate this liquidity. And even if you look at this is already based on what price is doing from this from previous history. You're going to see that this is actually a bearish move. You see it has broken this trend line, came back to the test, the trend line with the other block there, and then our first take profit level will be this zone, and then the same price drop all the way, into this zone. You see, and the same price drop all the way into this zone, clearing all this liquidity below this trend line, and making those that will be entering the bearish move massive profit. Initially, I entered this move when price was at this zone. I took the trade from here. But let me zoom it in for you. Okay, so I took the trade from the zone when price was reacting from this other block. This was the candle I entered from, this particular candle. This entered from here, and I left the market to run. And unfortunately, price came back to tap me at break even, because after the market dropped for a while, I broke even and allowed the market to run. And unfortunately, price came back, tapped me out, did a small drop, and then continued bullish to the upside. I was speculating initially that from this other block, based on the base that has formed here with so many decision candles, I'm looking at price drop continuously from this zone, to this downside. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Price decided to go back up to mitigate this other block and then continue the bearish move. So that's that about the analysis for today. I'll be dropping some videos in a short while for the profiting of friends.